The number one mistake professionals make when enrolling in a Six Sigma training is this one. They treat Six Sigma as a certificate to collect. Okay? Meaning, they're only after the piece of paper, the certification. They're only after the suffix to add in their names. If you have earned your yellow belt, you get to use your name, comma, CSSYB, which means Certified Six Sigma Yellow Belt. And for green belt, it's CSSGB, Certified Six Sigma Green Belt. And for black belt, Certified Six Sigma Black Belt. Yeah. But that is the number one mistake in enrolling in the Six Sigma training. Okay. Again, the number one mistake professionals make is they treat Six Sigma only as a certificate to collect, only a credential. And, ito yung pinaka-importante, and they skip building sponsor trusted proof. What do you mean by that? Let's read what's written below. They finish the training with a credential, with a certification, but no project outcome. Leadership can point to and say, you know what? This person is I highly trust this person because this person completed a high impact project that benefited my department, that benefited our company, that benefited the customers. Okay? What do you mean by that? Kasi in Six Sigma, you get to attend the training. Okay? After the training or during the training, you get to pass the exams. Okay? After the training, you get to complete a real process improvement project. You will start, you will lead, you will close before you earn your Six Sigma certification. Okay? So for those who are still looking for or interested to attend the Six Sigma training, if there is no real project requirement to earn your green belt or black belt certification, that's a big question mark already. That's already questionable. No? Because in Six Sigma, the value is when you complete a real process improvement project at work or in your business, if you own a business, that produces improvements for the customers, for the company, and sometimes even for the suppliers of the organization. Okay? Let's look at some of the items listed here. Some of the items here, or almost all of the items, we have collected from our students, no? From our students. Sige, let's look at what we have here. First one here, it says, Rex, you know, I'm already doing solid work. I'm already dependable. No? I even help others. And I have been taking training programs, collecting credentials, but why is it that I'm not being offered the best opportunities first? Okay, can you relate with that? And I before, no, I used to relate with the same sentiment, no? Okay. This next one, it says here, Rex, I'm already certified. Okay. But I still don't get bigger projects, better opportunities. Bakit kaya? Why is it like that? Okay. Next. You know, Rex, I can explain the make, the process improvement methodology of Six Sigma, but I cannot get stakeholders to commit. Why is that the case, Rex? Okay. Next, I stay stuck as the doer and not the trusted leader. Why is that the case, Rex? Later we'll find out. Or someone, and this happened to me also during my first few years as a Six Sigma professional, executive sponsor, the boss, no, was supportive at the start of my project, but eventually she disappeared. No, naging ghosting, no, bigla yung executive sponsor. What happened, Rex? What's the reason? Later we'll find out. Okay? But can you please type on the chat if you can relate with any of the sentences here? Sige, let's see if you can relate either currently or before. Let's see. Okay? And honestly, ako rin, no? During my first few years and even my mga siguro about 8 to 10 years of work, I can relate. And some of the sentences here directly came from me. No? Now we can relate with that. No? I'm doing great work. I'm dependable. I even help other people. I have certifications. I have credentials. But why is it that when there's a good opportunity at work, I'm not the first person that my boss can think of? This is a good opportunity. I'll give it to Rex. Rex, come here. I'll give you this big opportunity, this good opportunity. Why is that the case? Huh? Now, look at this illustration. I'd like you to internalize, and we are all like this person, this guy. On the left part is our current state. Okay, the left side where he is our current state. And of course, we have our vision where we want to be. Somewhere better, no? Somewhere better. Okay? Can you again relate to the following sentences? Number one, Rex, it's very difficult to stand out in my company. I am good. I am dependable. I am competent. But there are also other people who are the same. Other talents, my fellow employees are also competent. They also work hard. And it seems difficult, Rex, to stand out. Okay? Or sometimes, Rex, I'm good, I'm dependable, but I have no credible proof that earns trust. Okay? Or, I'm good also, I'm competent, but in terms of presenting myself, in terms of communicating my ideas, in terms of presenting my achievements, my ideas, no? I have weak executive presence when it counts. Minsan natataranta ako pag boss ang kausap. Minsan when I do presentation with our bosses, sometimes I have good things in my mind but I wasn't able to communicate it clearly. And myself, ako rin, ganun din dati. No? And sometimes even up to now. That's why it's continual learning. No? And at the other side, I want to become the following, Rex. Number one, I want to have a visible impact, no, in my company. I want to be viewed as promotion ready, meaning my credibility level is in that category. This person is promotion ready or a high potential. And I also want to have an executive presence under pressure. Now, the question is this. When you enroll in the Six Sigma training, the biggest misconception again is to help us cross the bridge from the left side, from the current state to the target state, okay, where we want to go. Is it the certification that would help us cross? Okay, many think, and that's a misconception again, it's the certification. Once I earn that certified Six Sigma green belt or black belt, makakatawid na ako dyan. Okay? But that is a misconception. Okay? You attend the Six Sigma training, you complete a project, you earn your certification, your Six Sigma certification, but it's not the Six Sigma certification that would help you cross from the current state to the desired state. Then what is it, Rex? It's the trust. Sige, please type on the chat. It's the trust that you will earn. Okay? One good example, personally na-experience ko siya. When I joined Smart Communications, siguro I had 1 or 2 years of experience pa lang, no? Literally fresh graduate pa lang. And what happened was, I had this idea because I saw this problem at Smart Communications when I joined. There was this problem in their billing department. Yung problem na yon is what we call yung return to sender. Okay? It was way back ba, no? So wala pang via email yung statement of accounts. It was sent via snail mail, no? And the problem about return to sender has been so long na in the company. More than 10 years naging problem nila. So what I did was I proposed to my manager to start this project, and then I used the make to complete it, and then it was completed after 8 months, and it was a big no, it was a success, no, successful project. And natuwa yung mga yung mga bossing kasi ang tagal ng problem ni Smart to, no? And it resulted to at least 23 million cost savings for the company. And then I submitted that as my black belt project. I earned my certification. Okay? Of course, I was happy, no, when you earn your black belt certification. Okay? But after earning the certification, I realized yung certification pala is, of course, it's something good that you earn it, no? But the biggest impact that it gave me was not earning the certification, but it was that I have gained from our vice president. Okay? What do you mean by trust? Since the project has been so long, more than 10 years already sa company, and I was able to address it, every time there was a business process problem, pinapatawag ako ng vice president. Rex, what's your take on this? Rex, we have a problem in our vendor management office. This is what happened, this. What do you think? I realized, wow, almost fresh grad lang ako, no? 2 years of experience. And there's this bossing vice president, more than 20 years of experience, in-depth na, a guru in the industry. And then she's asking me to, what do you think, Rex? No? My ideas, my inputs, no? And, the motivation really is not to earn the certification. Of course, that's something good that you earn it. But at the end of the day, it's the trust that you will earn from the executive sponsor, from the bosses, and from the colleagues. Kasi na-improve nyo yung buhay nila, no? Yung working life nila. When you improve the process, they don't need to render overtime. They get to spend more time with their families. Okay? And headaches at work, you're able to address, then that's something good also. Okay? Again, it's not certification only, but it's more about the trust that you earn. Okay? Trust is what unlocks many things, no? It unlocks the influence, promotion, and better opportunities at work. Do you agree? Sige, please type agree if you agree with this, no? Trust is what unlocks influence, promotion, and better opportunities at work. If you are trusted, better opportunities will come in. Okay? If you are trusted, your influence will grow within the company, within the industry, or within your customers if you are running a business. Okay? Now, I know many of you are white belts already, Six Sigma PH white belts, and some are Six Sigma PH yellow belts, green belts, and black belts are present. Welcome home, everyone. This is just a review for you guys. Okay, this is what we call process life cycle. Okay, everything that you do in a business is part of a process. Agree? You agree? All of the activities, tasks that you perform every day in your company is part of a process. Okay? And every process goes through a process life cycle. Okay, meaning umiikot, no, it's a life cycle. The first phase of the process life cycle is process design. Sige, please type on the screen on the chat box process design. This is the first phase of process life cycle. Process design. So when you say process design, there's no process yet. You will design a new process. Process design. Okay? So for example, in your company, Rex, medyo dumadami yung vendors, no? Since our business is growing, we now need more vendors. And because of that, we need to manage them. Now, for example, the current state of your company, you don't have vendor management process yet. Okay? Now, for big organizations, since you have a lot of vendors, you need to accredit vendors. You need to check on them, no, if they are reliable or not. You need to manage the vendor. Since there's no vendor management process yet, then what you will do is you will design a vendor accreditation process. Since there's no vendor yet, you will design one. Okay, of course, there are steps and tools for you to do process design. Maybe next masterclass would focus on process design. And we'll talk more about process design later, no? But not today. Okay? But that's the first phase of the process life cycle. Sige, please type on the chat if you'd like to make it the next masterclass, no? Para let's see if you are interested sa process design. Okay? Now, once you have designed the process, next step is to move the process to the next phase of the process life cycle. Okay? Next phase of the process life cycle is process management. So when you say process management, this is the day-to-day operations, no? Day-to-day. You perform the process and make sure that the targets, goals, KPIs, KRAs, metrics, or whatever you call it, dun sa process that you have designed and you have deployed, you are hitting it. Okay? So when you say metric, it's a measurement to say you are doing good job or not so good job. Okay? Common metrics, process metrics, is either processing time or process defect. Okay? So for example, in terms of accrediting vendors, the metric, KRA, KPI, or whatever you call it, is within 2 days after they have submitted all requirements, we need to complete the vendor accreditation process. Okay? That's process management. This is the day-to-day operations, day-to-day work that you're doing. Okay? Next phase. Now, there are times that a process will have problems. Okay? Humahaba yung proseso. Why is it like that, Rex? It seems that the processing time or cycle time is taking too long. Okay? Why is that the case, Rex? Now, that means you need to do something because customers will complain if that happens. Okay? So for example, for those of you who are commuting like myself, no? MRT, nag-MRT rin ako. Do you experience long waiting time, long line, long queue? No? You know, if the time it takes for the customer, in this case, the Filipino person taking the MRT, from the time they queue up, going up to the MRT station, fall in line to pay, to get in and wait for the train, if it takes long, let's say their target is within 20 minutes when the person steps in the stairs going up, dapat nakasakay na siya ng MRT. No? If not yet, then of course, customer satisfaction will go down. People will complain. People will post on social media. Okay? And people will attack the MRT management. No? So what they need to do, if that's the case, during process management, is they need to improve the process. Identify what the root causes are, what's causing that delay, and improve it. Once it's fixed, we bring it back to process management, meaning they continue running the process. Okay? Now that completes the process life cycle. All process in a company goes through the process life cycle. Okay? Now, here's my question, and I'd like you to type on the chat box. Who gets visibility, credibility, and bigger scope between the two persons here? Person A, with 9 years of experience, doing reliable and consistent work, hitting his or her goals, and he or she even helps work of others and usually renders OTY. Alam niyo OTY? Overtime thank you, no? Not being not being charged, no, ng company, no? Not being paid by overtime. Is it person A or person B? Person B was recently hired 4 months ago only. He even reduced the company's billing defects that have been persisting for more than 10 years with projected cost savings of 23 million. Is it person A or B? Now I'm seeing many of you are answering person A, no? But if we compare the two, both are good performers. Correct? Both are high performers. They're doing good work. Okay? But selecting between the two, one is giving more weight against the other. Now, the question is, why? Why kaya? Bakit kaya, Rex, person B? According to the participants here, no? Almost all of you have typed person B. Is it because of the cost savings? Could be. Yes. But person A is also very reliable. We also want that, no? A high performer like person A. But why is it that person B, in terms of weight, between the two, if you're weighing between the two, bakit parang mas may value si person B? Why is it that person B has more value? Both are valuable. But why is it that person B has more value? Okay? Now, if we go back to the process life cycle, I'd like you to identify what is the focus of person A. Is it process design? Is it process management? Or is it process improvement? Sige, please type on the screen. For person A, is it process design? Process management? Or process improvement? Yes, that's correct, no? Okay. Is it process design, process management, process improvement? For person A, it's process management. Okay. How about for person B? Is it process design, process management, process improvement? For person B, correct, it's process improvement. Why is it that many of you have identified person B as more valuable? Because something is broken and needs to be fixed? Okay, yes, that's correct also. Okay. All of the things you have typed are correct, but merong one underlying principle that rules it all. It's because of supply and demand. Now, do you know the rule of supply and demand? Okay. The more the demand, the less the supply, like what's happening now, yung oil. The supply of oil is getting lower because of the war that's happening. What happens with the price? The price goes up. Okay, the price gets higher, no? Goes up. Price increase is happening. Yes, that's correct. No? In this case, also the same. Many of the professionals' mindset is about when I enter a company, what I will do, and almost all of us are in that thinking. I will do my best to do the process on time within the quality set. Many of us are like that. Only few, supply is low, focuses on improving the process. Now, yun yung underlying reason why you answered person B as having more weight in terms of value. Now, of course, everything that you mentioned above is correct, but the underlying principle is because of supply and demand. No, very few professionals focus on improving the process. which every business needs. Next. Now, this one, we have created this framework. And of course, if you'd like to have a copy, take a photo. This is what we call the ladder, no? Six Sigma page trust ladder. The reason, aside from supply and demand, can be explained also by the Six Sigma page trust ladder, no? What are the different steps? There are 8 levels of trust. So when you say a person, do you trust a person? It's not about yes or no only, but there are different levels, no? Level 1, no trust, and then you have the definition here. Level 2, basic trust. Okay? People trust you to do the assigned tasks. Level 3 is working trust. No? People trust your judgment in your areas of expertise or your niche. Level 4 is improvement trust. This is where Six Sigma comes in, no? Improving the process. Level 5 is leadership trust. Nag-jump. 4, 5, 6 pala to. No? Level 6 is opportunity trust. And level 7 is high trust. Okay? High trust. Now, if you look at the different levels, there is a broken red line here. No? Now, this is based on research. Of course, over time, you get to improve the trust, no, that you have and the trust that you give also to your colleagues, to your direct reports, and to your boss also. But between level 3 and 4, this is the most difficult step to go up. And once you have stepped on level 4, it would be easier to go up the higher level. Most of the time, the roadblock is between level 3 and 4. Most of the time, professionals, their mindset focuses only on earning levels 1, 2, and 3 and not explore trust level 4 and up. Okay, but the good thing is, once you have improved or once you have reached level 4, it's easier to go up levels 5 to 7.